Interesting facts about DC characters. Hey there, comic book fans and superhero enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel where we dive deep into the fascinating worlds of your favorite heroes and villains. Today, we're stepping into the incredible universe of DC Comics. DC Comics has been a cornerstone of pop culture for over 80 years, bringing us some of the most iconic characters ever created. From the streets of Gotham City to the skies of Metropolis, DC has shaped the landscape of comics and influenced countless movies, TV shows, and more. In this video, we're unmasking some intriguing and lesser-known facts about DC's legendary characters. Whether you're a seasoned comic reader or just getting into the superhero scene, stick around. You might just discover something new about these beloved figures. Ready to jump in? Let's get started. The Trinity of DC, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. First up, let's talk about the granddaddy of all superheroes, Superman. Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster in 1938, Superman made his debut in Action Comics #1. But did you know that in the early drafts, Superman was actually conceived as a villain? Originally, Siegel and Shuster envisioned him as a mad scientist with telepathic powers. Thankfully, they reimagined him into the noble hero we know today. Also, the iconic S-shield on his chest isn't just for Superman. On Krypton, it represents the Kryptonian symbol for hope. It's now one of the most recognized symbols worldwide, second only to the Christian cross. Here's another fun fact. Kryptonite wasn't part of the original comics. It was introduced in the 1940s radio show to give Superman's voice actor a break. This plot device allowed the actor to take time off while Superman was incapacitated. Talk about creative problem-solving. Batman: The Dark Knight. Moving on to the shadowy alleys of Gotham City, let's delve into Batman's world. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger in 1939, Batman first appeared in Detective Comics #27. But Batman's early days were quite different from the Dark Knight we know today. Did you know that Batman used to carry a gun and wasn't shy about using lethal force? In his earliest stories, he was much more ruthless, even causing the deaths of some criminals. However, this changed as the character evolved, emphasizing his moral code against killing. Also, that iconic cowl with the pointy ears? It almost didn't happen. Initially, Batman was designed with a simple domino mask and blonde hair. It was Bill Finger's suggestions that led to the cape and cowl, making Batman's silhouette as iconic as it is today. Oh, and the Batmobile? Believe it or not, it was just a red sedan in its first appearance. It wasn't until later that it transformed into the sleek, gadget-filled vehicle fans adore. Wonder Woman, the Amazonian warrior. Next, we journey to the mystical island of Themyscira to meet Wonder Woman. Created by William Moulton Marston in 1941, she first appeared in All-Star Comics #8. Marston was inspired by the strong women in his life, his wife Elizabeth and their life partner Olive Byrne. Here's something intriguing. Marston was also the inventor of an early prototype of the lie detector test. This invention influenced Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, which compels anyone ensnared by it to tell the truth. Pretty neat, huh? In the 1960s, during a period when characters were undergoing many changes, Wonder Woman lost her powers and became a fashion boutique owner and a mod secret agent. She traded her costume for stylish outfits and martial arts skills. This era is often remembered as a curious departure from her superhero roots. Lesser-known facts about iconic heroes. Let's speed things up with The Flash. Multiple heroes have donned the Scarlet Suit, but the first was Jay Garrick in 1940. However, it was Barry Allen's introduction in 1956 that kick-started the Silver Age of comics. Barry was a police scientist who gained super speed after a lightning bolt struck his lab, dousing him in chemicals. One of the coolest things about the Flash is his ability to tap into the Speed Force, an extra-dimensional energy. This power not only allows him to run faster than light, but also to time travel. Yes, the Flash's time-traveling adventures introduced the concept of the multiverse in DC Comics. In one storyline, the Flash even outran death itself. Talk about being unstoppable. Green Lantern, the Emerald Knight. Shining his light next is Green Lantern. The Green Lantern Corps is an intergalactic police force powered by willpower. The first Green Lantern was Alan Scott in 1940, whose powers came from a magical lantern. However, Hal Jordan, introduced in 1959, was the first human member of the Green Lantern Corps. Chosen by the dying alien Abin Sur for his ability to overcome great fear, Hal wields a power ring, one of the most powerful weapons in the universe. It can create anything the wearer can imagine. Interestingly, Alan Scott's ring was originally magical and had no connection to the Green Lantern Corps or the Guardians of the Universe. It wasn't until later that the mythology was unified. Aquaman, King of Atlantis. Dive into the depths with Aquaman. Debuting in More Fun Comics in '73 and 1941, Aquaman has often been underrated. But did you know he can telepathically communicate with all sea life? This ability isn't just talking to fish. He can command creatures of the deep, from tiny plankton to massive whales. In the 1990s, Aquaman underwent a dramatic change after losing his hand. He replaced it with a harpoon, giving him a grittier, more rugged appearance. This era showed a darker side of the character, making him more than just the guy who talks to fish. Aquaman is also married to Mera, a powerful queen with hydrokinetic powers. She can control water itself. Together, they rule Atlantis and protect both the ocean and the surface world. Cyborg, the technological titan. Next up is Cyborg. First appearing in DC Comics Presents 26 in 1980, Victor Stone became Cyborg after a tragic accident. His scientist father used experimental technology to save his life, turning him into a cybernetic organism. Cyborg is not just a powerhouse, he's also a genius. His cybernetic enhancements allow him to interface with any computer system, making him the ultimate hacker. He's been a key member of both the Teen Titans and the Justice League, bridging the gap between the younger heroes and the iconic legends. His struggle to retain his humanity while embracing his mechanical parts adds depth to his character, making him relatable to many who feel like outsiders. Martian Manhunter, the Last Martian. From the Red Planet comes Martian Manhunter. Also known as John Johns, he debuted in Detective Comics number 25 in 1955. Accidentally brought to Earth by a scientific experiment, he's the last survivor of his race. Martian Manhunter possesses a staggering array of powers: super strength, flight, telepathy, shape-shifting, and more. In many ways, he's as powerful as Superman, plus a few extra abilities. His weakness to fire is a psychological fear rooted in the traumatic loss of his people. Often acting as the heart and soul of the Justice League, Gian provides wisdom and a unique perspective given his status as an alien and outsider. His story highlights themes of loss, identity, and finding a place to belong. The iconic villains of the DC Universe. Shifting gears to the dark side, let's talk about the Joker. Created by Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson in 1940, the Joker is Batman's most infamous nemesis. Inspired by the eerie grin of Conrad Veidt's character in the silent film The Man Who Laughs, the Joker was meant to be a one-off villain. In fact, he was supposed to be killed off in his second appearance. However, editors saw potential in the character, and he survived to torment Batman for decades. The Joker's multiple origin stories add to his mystique. Does he even remember his true past? As he says in The Killing Joke, "If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice." His unpredictable nature and chaotic philosophy make him one of the most compelling villains in comic book history. Lex Luthor, Superman's archenemy. Next is Lex Luthor, the brilliant billionaire and Superman's greatest foe. Introduced in Action Comics in 23 in 1940, Lex was originally a mad scientist with a full head of red hair. A miscommunication led to an artist depicting him as bald, and the look stuck. Lex Luthor believes that Superman's existence hinders humanity's progress. He argues that humans rely too much on an alien savior instead of reaching their own potential. This twisted reasoning has led him to become President of the United States in the comics, showcasing his influence and cunning. Lex's complex character raises questions about power, responsibility, and what it means to be human. Darkseid, Lord of Apocalypse. Finally, we come to one of the most formidable foes in the DC Universe, Darkseid. Created by the legendary Jack Kirby, Darkseid first appeared in Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 134 in 1970. As the tyrannical ruler of the dystopian planet Apokolips, Darkseid seeks the anti-life equation, a formula that would grant him control over all sentient beings. His ultimate goal is to eliminate free will from the universe. Darkseid is incredibly powerful, possessing the Omega Effect, which allows him to emit energy beams capable of disintegrating, teleporting, or resurrecting beings. Fun fact, Darkseid is the father of Orion, a hero and member of the New Gods who fights against his father's tyranny. His presence often signals universe-threatening events, making any story involving him an epic battle between good and evil. Heroes and villains, dynamic relationships. One of the most captivating aspects of the DC Universe is the complex relationships between heroes and villains. Take Batman and the Joker, for example. Their endless dance is a psychological battle as much as it is physical. The Joker exists because of Batman, and vice versa. Their relationship explores the thin line between sanity and madness. Superman and Lex Luthor's rivalry isn't just about brawn versus brains, it's a clash of ideologies. Lex's envy and Superman's unwavering morality create a dynamic that questions the nature of heroism. These intricate relationships add depth to the storytelling, showing that heroes and villains are often two sides of the same coin. It's this nuanced interplay that keeps fans invested and the stories fresh. The multiverse concept in DC Comics. Now let's talk about the multiverse. The multiverse is a concept where multiple parallel universes coexist. This idea allows DC Comics to explore different versions of characters and storylines without affecting the main continuity. For example, there are worlds where Batman is a vampire, or where Superman landed in the Soviet Union instead of Kansas. Superman Red Sun. Anyone? The multiverse enables creative freedom and what-if scenarios that fans love. Major events like Crisis on Infinite Earths have centered around the multiverse, often rebooting or streamlining the complex DC timelines. It's a playground for endless possibilities and storytelling innovation. And there you have it, folks. A deep dive into some of the most intriguing and surprising facts about DC's legendary characters. From Superman's origins as a villain to the complex dance between heroes and their nemesis, the DC Universe is rich with history and storytelling depth. These characters have not only entertained us, but have also reflected societal changes and personal struggles, making them timeless and relatable. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the DC cosmos as much as we did. If you learned something new or have your own fun fact to share, drop it in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay super.